Hello, my name is Sharon Fitzpatrick and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make lovely onion rings. These onion rings are lovely, big, fat onion rings with different types of fillings in amongst with them. So keep watching this video to find out exactly what I do. Look like. You see, they are lovely and big and full of lovely filling, and they will taste delicious. If you like the video, do give it a thumbs up. And do share it with your friends on social media to try and get everyone to know about the channel. And if you haven't done so already, do subscribe to the video and hit the notification bell, and that will remind you every time a new video goes up. And I'd love to hear your comments and I will get back to you. Right, for the preparation of our onion rings, we need to just get some eggs into a bowl and just give them a quick whisk. You want to put a bit of flour in, and then into another bowl you want to put some breadcrumbs. You can do the breadcrumbs yourself in a food processor, or you can just buy it in the supermarket already done. Now to prepare our onions, make sure you have your tea towel underneath your breadboard so that it doesn't move. Okay, you want nice big onions, and you want to peel it, and then so that it doesn't make you cry, make sure that root end is done last. So chop off this end first. And you want them fairly thick. So keeping this intact doesn't make your eyes water. And you want to separate the onion rings. Now of course you can do this with a couple of forks if you don't want to get your hands messy, but you can dip this in the egg, then dip it in the flour, then dip it in the egg again, and then dip it into the breadcrumbs. And then just put it on a plate ready to cook. So make sure it gives a good soaking in your egg. Dip it into your flour. And then dip it back into your egg. And then into your breadcrumbs. Doesn't that look nice? By dipping the onion ring into the egg yolk, it helps absorb the flour, and then once that's on, you put it back into the egg yolk, and by having that flour and the egg, it makes the egg stick even better onto the onion ring, which will then make it a bit easier to put the breadcrumbs on it and help it stick. If you want an extra coating, just put it again into the egg and then back into the breadcrumbs. And there you have a lovely onion ring. So you heat up some cooking oil into a pan. Don't have it any more than quarter full because otherwise it could boil over. So once this is nice and hot, you put in your onion rings and it will be bubbling in the oil. It's a good idea to, once you've prepped your onion rings, to leave it in the fridge for at least half an hour and then fry them. After a couple of minutes, just turn it over. Oh, they look nice. They really don't take long at all. And they go lovely with all sorts of things. These would actually be nice to go with the homemade coleslaw. I'll put the link below for how to make that. So I've done the big ones and the smaller ones just to show you the difference. Don't they look gorgeous? Now I know you might have seen people just putting things straight into the oil. I don't recommend that. Either do it with a spoon or a couple of forks, because if that splashes onto your hands, you'll know about it. So for safety, use a couple of utensils. Now these are plain ones that I'm making, but in a minute I'm going to show you a couple of other variations. So again, once it's ready, just place it onto some kitchen roll just to drain off the excess oil. So we'll just cut into one of these, and there you have a lovely onion ring. Okay, and what we want to do is cut some nice thin slices of cheese, and then we get our onion rings, and you get 3 that are together, and take the middle one out. And this gives you the space. Just turn it upside down, it's a bit easier to work with. And you just put the cheese in between like that. But of course, what we want to do is make them similar height. So we'll cut that in half. And you just place it inside like that. It's a little bit fiddly, but you know it's so worth it. And that's all ready to dip in our eggs and things. So I'll just prep a few of these. So you get 3. Take out the middle one. Go upside down, so you've got the wider bit at the top. You get your little thin strips of cheese and place it inside. Right, I'll do one nice big one. There you go, so I've done 4. They're prepped and ready to go. So the same as before, we dip it into the egg, dip it into the flour, and then dip it into the egg, and then dip it into your breadcrumbs. So just put it onto, then you just put it onto a plate, and then you put these in the fridge for at least half an hour. So I've just taken these out the fridge after about half an hour, and they're ready to cook. So we'll just place this into the cooking oil. Just be mindful they really don't take long to cook, so just after a small amount of time, just turn it over and just keep doing that until you think it's the way you'd like it. To your breadcrumb mix, you can add some mixed spices. You can even add a little bit of cayenne pepper or some chili flakes if you wanted a little bit of spice to this. I'd love to hear in your comments what you'd like to do with your breadcrumb mixture. I'm looking forward to these with the cheese, because cheese and onion go really well. And I've got one more variation to show you after this. So here is these delicious onion rings. Don't they look lovely? So I'll just cut one of these open so you can see inside. And you can see this lovely onion ring with this lovely cheese oozing out of it in this breadcrumb mixture. So you can see how delicious this is. And so I'm going to enjoy this, and I hope you enjoy yours. Really tasty. Very nice. And then what you want to do is, with this one, we'll do 2 spaces in between. So we'll take out the outside one, and then we'll take out the next 2. And that gives us a decent space in between to fill it. Right, so cut your cheese in half lengthways and wrap that bit of cheese with spinach. The bigger leaves, the better. Just makes it a little bit easier. It's a little bit fiddly, but it really does give it a lovely flavour. And then what you want to do is place this in between, like that. And just fill that space. And if you find you've got enough space, you can always just add a little bit more cheese. Okay, so we place the onion ring into the egg, then you dip it into your flour, and try and make sure you kind of get some in the inside as well as the outside. Back into your egg, and then into your breadcrumbs. And that's what it would look like. And you place that in the fridge for about half an hour, and then you would fry it. You see, they are lovely and big and full of lovely filling, and they will taste delicious. I'm just going to cut one open so you can see what it looks like inside. See, that's the inside with the lovely spinach onion and cheese. And that too. Well, thank you for watching today's video, Lifestyle with Sharon, on how to make delicious homemade onion rings. Thank you for watching.